A good Friday afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. The big broad picture here. First in the Atlantic, we have the leftovers of Leslie. Still a tropical storm. It's going to be taking a track to the east and southeast. It may be hanging around for several days to come in the middle Atlantic. No threat to anyone, so that's the good news there. You can see these are basically dew point temperatures right now in the green. You can see how warm and humid it is yet again across the southeast United States. A good portion of even in the southern plains. And then off to the north we have much drier that's worked in. And it's kind of a dividing line, but we're seeing an area of higher pressure. The Bermuda High is going to be building back, and frontal systems that will be wavy will be stretching along the St. Lawrence River Valley, occasionally providing a little bit of rain shower activity, sometimes all the way down into southern parts of Vermont and southern New England. But a lot of times just draped right along the St. Lawrence Valley. So adjacent Vermont is going to be under the gun for just about every day next week. This VELCO weather hazards outlook: utility threats are minimal to none, with perhaps some sparse lightning possible Saturday afternoon and evening, and again along about Tuesday afternoon and evening. Showers will be the rule, along with clouds after good project weather the rest of today, Friday, and that'll last into the first half of tomorrow, Saturday. Typically, October climatology can feature gusty gradient winds, but stronger areas of low pressure to be absent this period, again with that Bermuda High setting up, and perhaps some gusty southerly channeling winds, mainly in the Champlain Valley, but below thresholds from time to time. Milder, slightly above normal temperatures were indicated for most of next week, and again, this is as this Bermuda area of higher pressure builds up and provides us with more of a southwesterly and sometimes westerly flow. Taking a look at the European models, you get the whole USA here, west coast to east coast. And you can see the next approaching precipitation. This is going to be taking place on Saturday afternoon. This frontal system then kind of tracks a little to the south, cools us off, and then comes back as a warm front, more rain showers. This mainly goes to the north by the time we're talking here Tuesday, but we're going to see some potential for some benign thunderstorm activity at that point in time. And as we take it to Wednesday, again, that frontal system kind of waving back and forth right from here, right along this boundary layer that's separating some pretty cold air to the north and some pretty warm and humid air to the south. Now, just beyond that period, you can see that frontal system again continues to go back and forth. And I want to call your attention here. This is going to be another tropical cyclone that's going to make a run yet and again into Arizona. This is 7 days out. Boom. And that moisture eventually comes up into the northern Rockies, provides some pretty decent snow to the northern plains. And we're talking 9 days out at this point. Looking at the GFS ensemble, in this case, centered on Montpelier, this is our dry day today. And you can see that we have just minor amounts of precipitation just every day for the next several days to come. For the Weather Prediction Center, 1 inch amount in the blue here. This is a ½ inch amount, so less in parts of southern New England, 1/4 inch amount here in the red. This is 1.5 inches run along the Vermont International Canadian border there. And you can see some of the heaviest rainfall is going to be in the upper Midwest, the plains, and then spreading into Quebec. 2-meter temperatures. This is tonight's low temperatures, which is probably more than likely going to have a considerable amount of valley frost, as the temperatures will likely be below 32 degrees in many locations. Then we rebound very nicely to high temperatures 60 to 65, and then you can see the diurnal range in temperatures and so forth. A little bit of an uptick in temperature as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Big trough of low pressure out west is providing colder air, much colder air, 21 degrees below normal. And in the east, it's a ridge of higher pressure, 15 degrees above normal in the east. We're running about 3, 6, 9 degrees above normal. This is for the next 5 days. These are just maximum high temperatures. What about 3 days later? Looks like that. Make some little more inroads, but not much. We still run 6 to 9 degrees above normal. 3 days later. Temperature anomaly, you can see that the Arctic is now warm again. Antarctic is kind of a mixed bag. And it's a pretty cold North America. Much of Canada, the west coast. The only areas that are above normal is right here through northern New England, the eastern seaboard, parts of the Canadian Maritimes, and then back into the southeast United States southern plains. For the world, running about 0.4 degrees Celsius above normal. Northern hemisphere about a degree above normal. Southern hemisphere is now 0.2 degrees below normal. The Arctic is way up there at 3.4 degrees above normal. That's Arctic amplification kicking in big time. Antarctic is the opposite. Again, the colder air is winning out. And then finally, the tropics running about almost a 0.5 degree above normal. And not a whole lot to see here. A couple systems to keep an eye on. Again, this is Leslie spinning away in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a tropical storm. Max sustained winds at 65 miles per hour. Movement right now is to the north-northwest at 9 miles an hour, and then it's going to make a hook back to the right. We have one system we need to watch in the Western Caribbean Basin, and this is a 60% chance of cyclone formation over the next 5 days, and something that could cross the Yucatan and develop in the Gulf of Mexico. No threat to the east coast of North America at this point in time. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.